Greetings, Rajee here. So, I believe that I was born this way. Well, what I mean is, I believe that I was born transgender. I don't think it's something that I particularly decided to do. The only decision that I made, I think, is that I decided to be real about my transgenderism and not try to hide it. Well, honey, I don't think I could have hide it because believe me, I had those moments in my life where I thought I was doing it and it wasn't happening. People were still seeing right through me. So I think that it was in me from the beginning. And for some reason, I think with boys, it seems to be a lot more evident. And I think, too, that has a lot to do with the societal expectations of boys as opposed to girls and, all of that. Because, like, two girls can walk down the street holding hands and people don't really look or get so worked up over it. But if you see two boys walking down the street holding hands, people are like, what the hell? So it's a whole different ball game, boy, girl, And so I think many of you all can relate to maybe seeing a little boy that was acting effeminate and you thought to yourself, wow, he's probably going to be gay or maybe even transgender. So anyway, like from a very young age, I knew that there was something different about me. I couldn't like pinpoint exactly what it was. I didn't know what it was, but I just knew that I felt different and I also knew that I was being treated different. Like I wasn't acting like the other little boys were acting, and the name calling started pretty young. Like about 4 or 5, they were already calling me sissy and faggot. Didn't have any idea what these names meant, but I knew that whatever they meant couldn't be a quote unquote good thing because I didn't like the energy that was behind the name calling. So yeah, it was very young when the whole thing started with me, I guess, not living up to how a boy or how a male should be acting. And I was pretty young, yeah, pretty young, when I was first exposed to sexuality. For some reason, from very young, I seemed to really attract a lot of heterosexual identifying men. Oh, there were some gay ones too, but I would say overall it's been the heterosexual identifying men that have been attracted to me sexually. And I don't know if it's just that they always saw the girl in me or what necessarily it was, but it just seemed to always be that way. And I was about probably 8 or 9. Oh God, it all kind of starts to blur together. I swear. As you get older, it's like, and they say the older you get, the better you get, like wine. Well, I keep telling myself that. But anyway, was a friend of my dad's, and real good friend, as a matter of fact. And it was a Saturday. My dad actually had to work half a day, and he came by, and he used to come over and hang out with my dad. They drink and watch the game or whatever. So this particular Saturday, my dad was working half a day, but my mom was like, well, you may as well hang out because my dad will be coming soon. And my mom had to go to the store, and she asked my sister and I if we wanted to go. Well, my sister wanted to go, but I was like, no, I'll stay back. I had some homework, so I just said I'll stay back and work on some homework. And I was in the living room. My mom had just left, and I was doing my homework, and he comes in to the living room and sits next to me. And before I knew it, he was on top of me and he had me pinned down and he was grinding on me and, saying all this stuff to me like, oh, I was so pretty and, oh, that he wished he could get me pregnant and just all this stuff. And I'm kind of like laying there like, I know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on. And I'm just kind of laying there taking it in, almost a little bit outside of myself. It's weird how that felt. But um, even at that age, I'm thinking, get me pregnant. Can I have babies? And ever since then, honey, I've been trying to get pregnant. I don't know why it's not happening. Oh, let me stop. But you know what they say, and I say it all the time: if you don't laugh, you cry. But anyway, so he's on top of me and he's grinding and getting really into it and kissing on me and, oh, telling me how beautiful he thought I was. Oh, I was just so pretty. And, like as time went on, it got more intense. And, all of a sudden he lets out like a really loud moan. And he gets up off of me and I look down and I look at my stomach and I'm thinking, how'd that oatmeal get there? What? That's oatmeal. Well, I mean, at that age, that's what I thought it was. I didn't know what it was. I had never seen that before. All I knew is it was thick, it was a lot, and it was white. And it was all over my stomach. And I'm just connecting it to oatmeal. Of course, we all know what it was. But yeah, and let me tell you, I'm not here to name names. I don't even know if this person is still alive, if he's dead or alive. It's not about that. And another thing is, no offense against my parents. My parents were very, very protective in the sense of like my sister and I's safety and who we were around. But see, a lot of times it's the really close ones that you have to watch. Anyway, he jumps up and he goes and he gets paper towels and he's cleaning me up and he says to me, listen, we can't tell anyone this happened. He says, because if you say anything, you're going to get in trouble. And I'm listening and I'm thinking, he's probably right. So I kept my lips shut, honey. I didn't say a word. And let me tell you, I had a number of incidents after that that happened, not only with him, but with other men. It's pretty prevalent, and people deal with it in different ways. Some people just don't talk about it, and they kind of bury it away. For me, talking about a lot of the trauma that I've been through in my life and experiences that I've been through in my life has been therapeutic, and it seems to be more helpful to me to just be open and honest about my experiences. So I definitely thought that this was something important to discuss because it's very prevalent and more it's been talked about in people. But, let me tell you, years ago that was something that, just people brushed under the carpet, for lack of a better phrase. So, what can I say? My molester put mayonnaise on me. No, oatmeal on me. It was white, it was thick, and it was a lot, okay? Anyway, another one of my adventures. The Rajee experience.